Hey, what's up? It's your girl Nique, and you're tuned in to Nique at Night. And tonight I'm going to be talking about the mother of Nipsey's child losing custody of their daughter to his sister, Samantha. And I really am not in favor of this at all. I think the mother should have had a chance to prove herself. A lot of people have been using her past against her and trying to paint her out to be this unfit parent. And I don't agree with that narrative at all, especially when a lot of the things that people are trying to use against her are things that Nipsey did himself, and things that he indulged in. A lot of people I've seen in the comments, they're like, oh, well, I was on her Instagram page and I seen weed on her page. And, oh, that means that she deserves to not have her child. For one, she lives in California. I also live in California. I'm very aware that weed is legal out here and it's legal in a lot of other states. And I don't believe that just because the person smokes weed, even though I'm not a person who smokes weed, I don't think that that is reason for somebody to not have custody of their child, especially when you don't know the dynamic of their usage of such legal drug. If you guys don't know, it became legal quite some time ago out here in other places, but hey, it is what it is. But you don't know, again, when she's using it. You don't know if she is a user, because there are a lot of people who, even though alcohol is, let's say alcohol for sure is legal, there are some people who drink alcohol on social times when they're at a club. They might have one drink or two drinks socially, and they drink socially. And then you have some people who drink, when they're on a dinner date or something like that. Just because a person does something, you don't know that they're doing it in a way that would harm their child. And so I don't look at that and I don't gauge that as, okay, that warrants her to not have her child. Also, the other thing that people try to use against this woman and warrant her not to be able to take care of her child or have custody of her child, I've seen a lot of people around the internet say, well, hey, she doesn't deserve to have her child because she looks unfit. I seen that she drinks lean on her page, or she had a lean bottle or something like that on her page. And I'm like, well, did you think that Nipsey Hussle, who I've got a lot of respect for, and I don't want you to get it twisted because I have nothing but the utmost respect for him, and I like the strives that he made for the community, and I like the things that he was trying to do to make our people better. But even him, who has done amazing things for the community, is somebody who has talked openly about drinking lean, and the only reason that he gave it up is because he started to see, he started to develop a beer belly or whatever, and so he tried to live a healthier life. But he's also done interviews where he talked about how he still goes on occasion and drinks lean, and still on occasion smoke weed and indulge in certain things. So I'm just like, well, if we look at Nipsey and we say, okay, well, he was this good guy and he did these amazing things, we can't dismiss the things that he did that you guys are trying to use against the mother of his child. If it didn't make him an unfit parent to be somebody who drank and smoked and did lean, then how can we paint this narrative of this woman that we don't even know her usage? We don't even know if she uses it socially on the weekend, away from children. We don't even know if she uses it, because a lot of people these days, they will put stuff up just to, just because it's like the cool thing to do or whatever. Another thing, and I'm going to get to the article where they talk about her losing custody, but before I read the article, I just wanted to kind of talk and give my thoughts on a couple things that I've seen around the internet. Another thing that has come up about her, and now people are trying to use against her, because now people, of course, there's going to be media leaks. There's going to be things to kind of smear her, like oftentimes women get done, just to try to make her seem incompetent. So now people have this DUI thing that they're plastering. Oh, she had a DUI. Oh, so that proves that she does not deserve custody of her child. And although I'm a person that I can say with confidence, I've never had a DUI in my life, but I'm not going to sit here and judge a woman and act like she can't raise her child because she had a DUI, especially when I don't know the circumstances of her DUI. If there was no child present and involved in the DUI, if there was no reckless endangerment in the DUI, because some DUIs will be you had a beer or two and you are, not buzz driving, let's say, is drunk driving. And I don't want to come off like I'm making it okay, because driving with a DUI is not okay. So I want to make that clear before anybody tries to twist my words. But I'm just saying, we don't know the circumstances of it. You get what I'm saying? For us to judge her. Now, when I look at somebody and I say, hey, this person doesn't deserve to be a parent, I look at things like the Malia Davis story, where the woman was clearly not fit to be a parent, none whatsoever, and social services took her child away from her at one point, and there was clear cases of abuse, neglect, mistreatment. She talks about how she was aware of her fiance doing inappropriate things to her child. She was leaving her child in the custody of this man, certain stuff like that. Then I'm like, yo, she's unfit. She don't deserve to have her child, blah, 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 blah. There's signs of abuse. There's signs of neglect. There's signs of incompetence as a parent. I gauge things like that when I think of a mother not being able to raise their child. I don't look at all the frivolous things that, again, I'm not saying are okay, but I don't look at certain things and have the same sentiment that you guys have and say, oh, well, yeah, take her child, write her off as a parent. Another thing that I've seen, and again, I'm going to get to the article where it speaks about her losing custody. Another thing that I've seen around the internet, a lot of people kind of try to, they try to display her like she's just this, whatever type of woman, like this just clout chaser BM, this nothing of a woman, this woman that's beneath Lauren London, this woman who Lauren London is above her and she's just the scum of the earth. Let's be clear here. Lauren London is an amazing woman. She's a beautiful woman, but at the same time, just because Lauren London has celebrity status does not make her any better than this woman. We also have to be clear, and I have the utmost respect for Lauren London, and I think she is a beautiful woman. But we can't ignore the facts. Lauren London got with famous Nipsey Hussle. Tanisha got with Ermias, a 16-year-old person who was broke, struggling, and had nothing. That's who she got with. She got with him and had a child with him when he was, they have been together for a very long time when he had nothing. Okay. And they were together for a very long time. And to my knowledge, it appears that they have been together right before him and Lauren got together. Lauren London and him were together for 5 years. Him and Tanisha were together for over 10. So a lot of people are trying to paint it as she's just this random off the street, sideways scum of the earth. But obviously Nipsey Hussle had respect for this woman. This woman you've never heard of until Nipsey Hussle has passed away. There are a lot of women who use their baby father being a celebrity as a chance to try to social climb and get celebrity status, and they try to attach the name of the baby father and try to do things to get in the media, to try to associate themselves with them, and to try to pick fights with them publicly to kind of get attention to themselves so that they could be known as the baby mama and get some notoriety. You have never heard of this woman until Nipsey Hussle passed. So clearly, to me, that speaks to her character a little bit more than the narrative that people are trying to paint for her. And again, I think that, and another thing that people try to say, oh, well, Nipsey Hussle had primary custody of the child. So that tells you right there. To me, that doesn't. Because maybe she's a woman who was trying to get herself together and wanted to put her child in a better situation. But as a mother, what a mother is supposed to do if the father is not there, the mother or the father, because say the roles were reversed and the mother had primary custody. If the mother was to pass away, what do you think the next person should step up to the plate is, even if they had not been the primary caregiver? I would say the father. And I think that's no different in this situation where the mother is now stepping up or wants to step up in this situation. I don't think just because she wasn't the primary caregiver, and again, to my knowledge, she has been there co-parenting with her child. She has a lot of photos with him, with her child, being a big child and things like that. So, to my knowledge, she has been co-parenting. Maybe she wasn't primary, but again, I don't use that against her because when a person passes away, whether they have celebrity status or not, the other parent in my mind should step up. Now, you guys are telling me, oh, well, because he took the major role, then that means that she should not have the rights to be a parent to the child that she birthed that would not be here if she gave birth to her. I don't agree with that. I also don't agree with like I said, things that people are saying when there is no proof of neglect or anything like that. If you guys show me that she's been neglecting a child, she's been abusing a child, she, leaves her child with random men. And that's another thing. People were like, oh, she had a couple different boyfriends. So what? As long as she's not introducing her child to men, leaving her child with men, who she dates is who she chooses to date, as long as she's not bringing that around her child. You guys are not aware if that's, what I'm saying? Some people know how to live their life and try to live, a parenting life aside from that. But anyways, enough about me going on my rant. Let me show you guys this article that was released on TMZ that shows that she lost custody of her daughter to Nipsey Hussle's sister, Samantha. Let me pull that up. So according to TMZ, it says Nipsey Hussle's sister keeps custody of daughter, baby mama pissed. Nipsey Hussle's daughter, Imani, will not go back to her mother, and the mother is livid. Tanisha Foster was in court Monday trying to regain custody of her 10-year-old girl, Imani. I'm over here butchering this sentence. What the world? Anyways, Tanisha Foster was in court Monday trying to regain custody of her 10-year-old girl. Imani has been living with Nipsey's sister Samantha since his death last March. Nipsey's family was in court and squared off with Tanisha, whom they believe is not fit to care for Imani. The hearing was sealed, but there's another date scheduled in July. Tanisha's lawyer, Larry Llewellyn, tells TMZ he's working with Nipsey's family on visitation schedule that will be in Imani's best interest. As for Tanisha, she left the courtroom crying and told us she's pissed off. So they have a video of her leaving court, and I'm going to play it for you guys.
How's it going, Tanisha? I just wanted to know, how did it go in there today? You're pissed off?
God bless.
Were you able to make any progress on the visitation rights or anything?
Bless.
Okay, so that is her. They follow her for a little bit longer, and she doesn't really say anything. She just says, God bless to the media. They continue to ask her a series of questions. At one point, her friend told them to back off, and then Tanisha was like, stop. Because I'm sure she doesn't want to be shed or painted in any other light that they are painting, and she just told them, God bless. And she replied, God bless to all of the things that they had to say. Anyways, moving on, it says, we broke the story. Samantha believes Imani's biological mother is unfit to care for the 10-year-old, and Samantha played a crucial role in helping raise her when Nipsey was alive. Samantha's role in her petition that she wants to ensure the continued stability for Imani, ensure that she will be able to maintain her current and ongoing relationship with her fam. Now, again, I have the utmost respect for Nipsey, and disrespecting Nipsey's family is disrespecting him. So anytime I give my opinion, whether it be on Tanisha, Lauren, or anybody, I try to do it in a respectful manner. So I'm just going to respectfully say, I know that, and as his sister, I understand her wanting to fight for custody or whatever, but I also remember her speech in her, her speech at the memorial, where she talked about how, she had to try to get herself together at times, and she would be sleeping on Nipsey's couch, and, he was like her big bro, and he like kind of helped her out a lot. So, I just feel like if there's a situation where the mother was not in the best position at first, I think that she should just have a chance. And I don't think that anything that I've heard, again, has warranted her to not be a mother to her child. And I think that she deserves a chance. I also know that when these things happen, financial means is a big part, and it plays a big part. And I'm not saying that, that his family is not already well off, because again, they have successful businesses. His brother has a successful business with the Marathon brand that he built with Nipsey. His sister has a successful business, and I think she has like a skincare place or a business or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Like a spa, like a beauty, like skincare spa or something like that. So I know that they are successful, but even if you're successful, I feel like, these, like, those things are factors in a lot of these things. And I feel like the mother should have a chance. That's just my own, that's just my opinion. But anyways, let me continue to read. It says, Imani's mother, Tanisha, broke down crying in court last week, saying she hadn't seen her daughter in months. At the time, the judge gave them about 20 minutes alone together. A lot of people seen this statement and they said, oh, how could she not see her daughter in months? I think that, and in other reports, it stated that after the funeral, the sister never returned the daughter. So I'm sure she's seen the daughter before then, but she has not been able, according to other news sources, and I think TMZ reported as well, after Nipsey's funeral, his family took his child from the mother and never returned her ever. So, by the time they had went to court, he died at the end of March, and then they went to court in May. She hadn't seen her child, and then these people are just taking your child. I mean, I think I would be kind of emotional too, especially in considering the situation. Anyways, still, Nipsey's sister might have a strong case in asking for guardianship. Tanisha has a warrant out for her arrest right now relating to an unsettled DUI case in 2017. She's also got a lengthy rap sheet filled with arrests dating back to 2006 and 2007. And again, the DUI is what I was talking to you guys about in the beginning of this video. If the video, I don't like, first of all, we know that Nipsey Hussle talked about a lot about being arrested several times. He talked about how when he got his deal, he was on the run because he was, he was fighting a case and he was about to go to jail and do some time and things like that. So again, the things that we make it okay for him to do, and again, he is a great person because he did try to make strides to better himself, but we can't use these same things and then try to smear the mother of his child because she lived in a lifestyle. Now, Nipsey Hussle was a gang member. She lived in a gang member neighborhood or whatever with a gang member lifestyle. Her life, I'm sure, was not cookie cutter, crispy clean. And from 2006 to 2019, I'm sure she has had time to make strides to live a better life. And if we're not going to judge Nipsey, or we're not going to say that he was unfit for certain things and it was okay for him to do it, I don't believe that we can use those same things to say that she is unfit to do it. If there isn't a case where if she's drinking lean and she's smoking weed in the presence of her child and she's doing all of that while her child is present, then that's one thing. But if she's not doing any of that in the presence of her child, if she's not neglecting her child in any way, she's not malnutritioning her child, abusing her child, I think that she deserves a second chance at custody of her child. That's just me. I know that there are so many perfect parents that will comment below, a lot of them of which probably have a DUI themselves and will try to say, things about this woman and use things that they're not perfect either about, But it is what it is. I'm a person, just because I haven't done something doesn't mean that I'm above anybody. And a lot of people, they'll have this sentiment, oh, I never got a DUI, so that means I'm better. No, because you could not have a DUI, but are you helping your kid read at night? Are you helping your kid learn? Are you helping, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have a DUI, but does that make you a better parent? No, because the same person who got a DUI, they can have an accelerated reader. They could have, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't judge certain things based on that. And having a DUI, I'm not saying is right, because you shouldn't have a DUI. You shouldn't be drinking and driving, and all of that. But I'm just saying I just don't gauge it like that. But I'm going to leave it at that. You guys let me know what you think. Let's talk about it in the comments. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. And, you guys let me know what you think down below.